Hi. Alright, I got it to work now. I'll wait to see if anybody else wants to join. Here's my face. Hi. What do I want? Man, is having my face on here lagging things a lot? I think it is. Alright, let me delete this. Remove. Alright, maybe that'll be better now that my face won't be in it. Because it's very laggy. Even for me on here. Alright. Where is current water vapor? Here it is. Alright, so this, I said it from the beginning, this storm was going to be a close miss, and look at this. Not just a little bit northwest. This is from National Weather Service. Man, this storm would have taken a track more like coming just inside the 40-70 benchmark or right over it up the coast. Man, you would have had at least tropical storm force winds in Boston, Hartford, New York, Philadelphia. You would have had major snows and major snowstorm. But this, we dodged a bullet. And you can see why. You can see why this, you can see why we're not getting this storm. This little area disturbance of low pressure is kicking this out to sea. If this would have lagged behind, and I'll show you in a second, this would have lagged behind, been further south, man, this would have been able to, if this was further south and slower, we would have been able to really kick this up the coast, and this would have been a really big late season snowstorm. But that is not the case, and I said this from a couple days ago that this was going to be a close miss, and it's a little farther away than close, but I was nearly spot on with this. Alright, so here, let's go to actually the 12 km NAM. 500 Vorten wind. Yeah, and here's that little pesky, right here, that little pesky disturbance that's kicking this out to sea. This would have been further southwest, and if it would have been behind about in here, or I'll take this up more, in here, if that would have been here, man, you would have been able to guide this storm that's over Missouri. You would have been able to guide this right up the coast, and you would have had major snows, major wind all through I-95. Even push this back, you would have had major snow, or at least accumulating snow, all throughout here, but that's just not the case, you know. This winter we just hadn't had the cold air to throw in to get the snowstorms. That's why we had a couple of the that's why we had a couple inland runners start from here and just cut right through, brought a bunch of rain, even rain here, and gave some snow to these areas, like a storm we just had. Not just had, but a couple weeks ago. But you know, you can't have a snowstorm every time, and you could definitely see why this is going out to sea. This was a close call, but you see this piece of energy just kicking it right out. This should be remembered as the storm that never was, because this could have been one heck of a monster, because this is just going to explode once it goes out. Alright, hold on 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, I'm talking about like the same stuff over again like I talked about yesterday, but man, this was a close miss. Very, very close miss. With this, you could definitely see why this is going out to sea. Definitely a lot farther east than you need for a snowstorm. You want a snowstorm. You want a snowstorm, this energy that you have right here, this energy that's centered around here, is going to have to be up here. And look how close that is. And that's the difference between a major snowstorm and nothing at all, really. Short range guidance definitely this afternoon has not been close to what I thought it, or not what I thought it would show, but the amount of snow that I think we're going to get. I could see us picking up, I could see an inch or two south of Boston, southern Connecticut, the southern half of Connecticut, New York City, I could see an inch, and then take northwestern, let me go to another region. I could see about in a little more than an inch. Oh, let me make a new one. That was bad. I could see a little more than an inch at least going through these areas here. Take out northeastern Pennsylvania and northwestern Connecticut. I would put Philadelphia in that, New York City, south of Boston, south of Hartford. I would include Washington, D.C. Southern New Jersey is interesting because I could see a scenario in which they pick up an inch, and I could see a scenario where they could pick up 2, 3, 4 inches of snow right in this area. Right in here. I could see east of DC. In this area here, I could see that's where your jackpot would be for this storm, because as of right now, it doesn't look that the Cape is going to have as much snow as we thought yesterday. To be honest, I don't see them getting a whole lot of snow, but I could definitely see an inch in these areas. I could see an inch of snow. Maybe a little more. The National Weather Service, although I Always hate to mention them. National Weather Service has a little more snow than most. They have 2 inches all of Long Island, south of Boston. They have an inch, actually. I think they have Boston an inch, most, if not all of Connecticut an inch. This is really their inch line. They have all of these areas in an inch of snow. Exclude Boston from that. But honestly, right now, I don't see northeastern Pennsylvania, northwestern New Jersey getting an inch. I could see a scenario where Long Island picks up a little more snow than thought. Maybe 2. I wouldn't go past 3. 3 stretching it. Maybe if this area of a bit heavier snow, which is going to be just to the south, if this area in here can maybe progress north a little bit more, but I really don't see it. A model that does show a scenario like that, is the, if I'm not mistaken, it is the WRF NMM. I believe that this was the model that somebody showed me before. Shows southern New Jersey actually getting a decent amount of snow from this. Yeah, this is it. I want to see, this is going to be one heck of a storm for Nova Scotia. They're going to get the wind, the snow. I could see all of Nova Scotia getting over a foot. They're going to get the wind, though. Eastern Maine just out of it. But the if you want snow, WRF-NMM, that's the one, right? Yep. That's the one you're going to want. It shows, right now it's outlier, but hey, it's that, this storm, look what this could have been. It shows the heavier bands just south of land. That's why it shows southern Delaware, southeastern Maryland, northeastern Virginia. It shows them getting 7 inches of snow, which right now I don't agree with. But you could see this heavy snow just south of Long Island in here. And then you could see just missing, but has that moderate snow in. And has it just missing the Cape. Look at that. This would have been further northwest. Man. And then Nova Scotia is just going to get slammed by this. And then there are going to be some snow showers on the back end of this on Sunday for the portions of the area. But shouldn't be much accumulation, if any accumulation at all. Check out the WRF ARF. See if it shows anything close to what the NMM shows. And then maybe no, nothing close to what its counterpart shows. Although I think this high pressure is definitely very far south. This high is going to be further north, in my opinion. It doesn't even show it moving, progressing at all. But yeah, nothing even close to what its counterpart shows. Has that heavy snow down here. We're going to have to wait and see. I do not agree with the WRF NMM as of right now. Not many things support it. You could see the storm center. Storm centered around here. Actually, they're starting to break out in some snow in northern Georgia, and heavy snow at that. If you look at northern Georgia on the radar right now, they're starting to break out some very heavy snow. Let me check the current radar. Oh, whoops. Opened too many tabs. But they're starting to break out in some very heavy snow. I could see, I ramble on with these things. I'm already up to 19 minutes. I try and keep them below 15, but I'm not very good at that. Yeah, you could see northern Georgia, that cold air is damming down. Northern Georgia, I went in eastern Tennessee. North Carolina, Western South Carolina, they're starting to break out in snow. Atlanta's in all rain, and I believe it'll stay like that. Juneau getting in on some snow. Athens, I think, stays all rain. But definitely starting to break out in some heavy snow. I wouldn't be surprised to see a coating to an inch in these areas because it was raining here before. It's very, very cold, warm there. Still, you could see 34 degrees. I could see a coating to an inch in these areas. If anybody actually watches me that's from Georgia, even though I don't forecast for them. Yeah, but here's the current radar. Here's your southern piece of energy. Hold on, let me zoom out one more. Do they have current? Yeah. Radar and satellite. I want to see. No, they don't have what I thought they had. Layers. Oh, I could have sworn that they had current observations, as in like where the low pressures are. Unless I'm missing it, then they don't. But as of right now, I don't see it. But I thought they had it. No, not current conditions. Alright, whatever. You can see your storm. This is the southern piece of energy. Let me get this out. Courtesy to Intellicast. I love their radar. I love Intellicast radar. Here's your storm. Here's your northern piece of energy. This is what's going to end up bringing us snow into... This is going to end up bringing us snow. We're not really focusing on this piece of energy as much, because what's going to be bringing us the snow is this. This is going out to sea, going to give that heavy snow to Nova Scotia. But this is mainly going out to sea. Focus on this energy right here. Going to be starting to break out in snow, I would say around midnight, maybe a little later in these areas. Actually, probably midnight in these areas, then sometime in the morning in these. Man, this was a storm that never was, you know? Sorry for my sloppy drawings. We came close with this one. Came very close. Here's the surf plumes. And they've held pat, honestly. This is for islip. This is for islip, right? Yeah, I believe this is for islip. Here's the mean of the last 4 runs. It's definitely down. But we're still... They have 2 inches. And that's, I think, mostly due to the fact to the ARN3, which I'll get rid of. ARN3 and ARN4. So then the mean goes down to about an inch. A little over an inch. I could see an inch and a half. Maybe 2, because these models are definitely... There will be snow, so let me get rid of these to show you. MBP3. This is what I do with the surfs, because honestly, you can't look at the mean. You have to look at clusters. MBP2, and there is a cluster around... Wrong one. MBP2. MBP1. There is a big cluster around 0, but I think we will definitely see something. MBN6. This is what I do with the surfs. APA. MBN4. This is a really big cluster. ARP3. But you get my point. You know, I think we're definitely... ARN2. I think we're definitely getting something. It's not going to be a lot. ARP1. I really ramble in these. MBN5. But thanks to everyone who's here, because I'm not here to make professional content. MBCN. Can't find it. MBC. Where's MBC? It doesn't matter. Point is, the surfs have a big cluster around 0, clustering around 0.5 to 2, and then another tiny cluster around 2.5 to 3. This, man, it could have been a big one. I keep stressing that, and it's all because of this energy. Does this have? No, this doesn't have it. Mesoscale. Let me check the RGM real quick. The RGM is just a complete miss. Wow. And honestly, you could see how this load just intensifies from 995. Let me see how far up I can scroll. It starts out as still no low pressure. Still no low pressure. 1009. 1009 and intensifies over these waters to, was that a 60? No, 80. 978. That is one heck of a storm. That is one heck of a storm. Yeah, but this was a close call. Yeah, here's the, you can see this energy's kicking it out. Yeah, there's no hope like I thought yesterday. That there may have been a point where it could have notched it north, maybe. Nothing. So, I don't even care about National Weather Service snowfall maps. Because honestly, they're a garbage company. National Weather Service. Man. Well, there's not really much more to discuss. Any questions or anything, you could talk to me on Twitter. It is going to be very windy for the Cape. I said this yesterday in the live stream. Here's 10-meter winds. I said if this was further northwest, this would have been blizzard warnings for everyone. RGM's an outlier to the west because it shows nothing. Here's the NAM. At least it's showing some wind, capable of producing blizzard warnings along the Cape, definitely. Like NYWX said. Winter weather advisory and wind advisory, but no blizzard warning. That's why I don't get the National Weather Service. Never communicates with the public, never does anything. And then Nova Scotia is going to get pounded with heavy rain, heavy snow. Hey, if you like snow, you should catch a flight there quick. Because they are going to be crushed. But that's really it. And for the person who was asking if this is the GFS ensembles, no, this is the surf members. But if you want to see, I'll go GFS ensembles on Weather Belt, actually, because even though they're out of range, you might as well take a look, because there's no trouble in that. Alright, let me try and find them. I always lose them. Your GFS ensembles. Nope. I always lose them. Actually, is it up here? No. Yeah, sorry for this. I always lose what I'm looking for. Weatherbell doesn't have the greatest setup of all time. Energy products? No, I just was there. They don't have the greatest setup. It's hard to find stuff, honestly, a lot of times on this website. Nope. Here it is. That's it. Yep. Let's zoom in on New York City. 36. Actually, no, because this is happening very soon. Yeah. None of the ensembles like any type of heavy snow. E2. You have E11, E10 comes close, E19, E14 comes close. But, you know, if you're hoping for snow right now, you're fighting a lost cause. Because here's the snowfall output on the ensembles. Nothing over an inch or two. Here, for laughs, here's 16-day ensemble members. Alright, there's not much else to talk about. 25 inches for some parts of Nova Scotia. Honestly, I could see 2 feet in parts of Nova Scotia. They're gonna have one heck of a storm there. It's gonna be wind, heavy snow, but you could definitely see that this just did not turn out to be what we all hoped it would be. Alright, any questions or comments, you could talk to me on Twitter. I know I ramble on a lot, talk about a lot of the same stuff, but hey, you know, I'm just doing it for fun. Alright. See you guys on Twitter.